Hey everybody, welcome to Orange Dog Live. This is a place where we like to sit down, talk about everything music. So tonight we're joined by James Leslie, a country singer from Huddersfield. So let's get straight into it. So, hey James,
how are we doing? Oh, very good, thank you. Oh no, we've immediately jumped over each other. No, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, really good, yeah.
Fantastic news. Thank you again for having me on. It's really nice to be here.
Not a problem, finally got round to it.
Absolutely, at long last.
Busy man. So James, what are you listening to at the moment, pal? What music have you got on your playlist?
Well, I've got it's a big sort of variety. I'm a big country guy. I've always been a big country guy. I mean, I've just started a country band as well, so I've been really listening to a lot of like Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, Whiskey Myers, stuff like that. And then, I mean, I went through like a 6-month period of listening to only the 1975. So I absolutely love that band. I love them. I think they're fantastic. The music is awesome. I'm really excited for the new Noah Kahan album, which is coming out. I think he just released the date, which is in a couple of months. I'm a big Noah Kahan fan. I've been to see him live. He's absolutely fantastic. Nice. So he is brilliant. And then, and Post Malone, again, another person that I'm absolutely obsessed with. And then when he started doing the country stuff as well, that just, that lent, I mean, it was like if I'd have asked him to make music for me, it would be what he made already. And then if he could do a slight jump into country, that'd be awesome as well. And he's done that as well. So it's fantastic. But it's sort of a bit of a broad spectrum as well. But it's, I know that doesn't sound like a massive spectrum, but it's a lot of different stuff. I'm very much in a bit of a country era at the moment. My highest list, my top artist last year was John Mayer. I love just his live album from the Nokia Theatre in like 2007. That live show is fantastic, and his voice and everything and his guitar playing is just like surreal. And real inspiration. That guy, he's fantastic. He really is.
Oh, nice. I'm always late coming to like music, me, because you mentioned Noah Kahan then. I was listening to him on a trip back from London on the train. I thought, who's this guy? I'll have a little listen. I'm like you, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Good, yeah.
His songwriting is beautiful, and it's very personal to him. He's very honest, and he's just really like, he really tells a story about how he's gone through life and what he's done. He's absolutely, he really is awesome. And I went through a period of listening to him for like, I'm a bit like that. I'll get an artist and I'll listen to them for like literally like 6 months straight, and you won't hear me listening to anything else. My girlfriend gets really annoyed about it, but it's it's all fun and games because I just love it.
So can you remember a song that you can remember hearing for the very first time? Your earliest memory of a song?
It's funny when I saw that question, I was very much. It took me into a moment because I was like, I really don't. But I grew up, and my dad is a massive George Michael fan. And then it took me to a place, and I remember sitting down on the sofa, and we were watching like top 50 hits of the 80s or something on MTV, and the music video for Careless Whisper came on. So I think that weirdly enough, it might be Careless Whisper or something along those lines. Because I remember when that saxophone came in, I was just like, it was like I'd gained consciousness. It was like, I just, welcome to the world. That saxophone opening like riff just absolutely took me. I grew up listening to a lot of that sort of stuff, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s kind of music.
Yeah, I mean, like the first time I kind of saw, well, the best time I ever saw George Michael sing was when he did the Freddie Mercury tribute.
Oh yeah.
And he sung "Somebody to Love," and I've never really rated his voice before. Yeah. But when I saw him singing that, it just kind of blew me away. Yeah. Just what a voice that guy had.
Oh my goodness me, he really was absolutely amazing, and
he's incredible.
Definitely, I absolutely. My dad used to put. Oh, he let me saying this, but. My dad used to put lemon in his hair to try and look like George Michael. He ain't got any hair anymore, which is even funnier. But
I was going to ask you what kind of music was growing up in your house, when you was around the house.
Obviously. I think a lot of George Michael. I think I quite quickly, when I was maybe 11, 12, 13, sort of listening to music on my own for the first sort of time, got into like Sam and Dave, Otis Redding and stuff like that, and bluesy soul sort of stuff. I really love that kind of music. Bill Withers and all of that. I really am into all of that. My favourite for a long while was Aretha Franklin and Etta James. I love those two. They are fantastic. They have some really, really, really good stuff. And that was I think my mum had a song that reminded her of going on a holiday we used to go on. And it was At Last by Etta James, and it was one of them that whenever I hear it now, I think it's my mum's ringtone, but whenever I hear it now, I feel like I'm on holiday again. It's lovely. Yeah,
I love that about music. It can just take you back to certain times in your life.
Definitely, it can transport you. It's weird.
You can.
If someone had said like 100, like to a bunch of cavemen in like 500 years time, someone's going to make a sound, and there's like hundreds of thousands of people are going to go mental for it. They'd be like, what are you on about?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, without even consciously thinking about it. It's like a smell or a sound. Music's the same. It can just take you back to somewhere where that's the best memories ever, or maybe the worst.
You're absolutely... No, yeah, that's right, because it has both sides of the spectrum. It can take you back to a rough time in your life or a good time in your life, and pick you up. Like, you can listen to a song and feel like a different person sometimes. Some of those songs can really hype you up, or sometimes they can put you in bed and get your tears flowing, but you never... depends on who you're listening to. If it's Noah Kahan, it tends to be the latter.
What song makes you happy then? What kind of puts you in that good mood?
So I think there's so many. There really is. There really is so many. I think funnily enough, there's a song by the 1975 called "Happiness," which is like it's just an absolute like funky sort of banger, and it's that and. Love Me by the 1975, all just upbeat songs and stuff like that, and then there's some sort of like rocky country music like Luke Combs, When It Rains It Pours, stuff like that. Morgan Wallen's got some. It's weird because he sort of blends the line between like weird like sort of like rappy stuff, but then he has plenty of country music like there's proper country stuff as well. He's just got a song called. Broadway Girls, which is a really sort of upbeat song, always gets me up in the mood. And then one that always picks me up that I will always listen to on the way to gigs. There's two songs actually, both by the same band, and it'll be Money for Nothing and Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. I literally within the last year got into that Dire Straits, and I was just like, I was like, what have I been missing?
I mean, songs like Telegraph Road, I think, just Brothers in Arms, just what a
Defo.
Classics.
Absolutely.
Just amazing band, yeah. They're so good.
100%.
So kind of like your country music then. Do you ever listen to Zac Brown?
Love Zac Brown band. They are fantastic. In fact, they were one of the first sort of bands that I was getting into. It's funny because I learned guitar in lockdown while we were all sort of locked away. In fact, this kind of reminds me of lockdown. I don't think I've been on like a Zoom sort of virtual chat since then. I used to do all like my college classes and stuff and my Year 11, end of Year 11 classes on Zoom as well. So it's taken me back there. But I learned, my brother came and stayed with us and he brought his guitar with him and he played a bit of guitar. And I was just like, well, we may as well make some sort of use of the time that we have. And then there was Toes, which is a song by Zac Brown band, which is one of the first I learned on guitar. And them and Luke Combs were probably my first introduction into country music. Obviously, I've listened to a lot of John Denver growing up. And stuff like that as well, Denver, like Rocky Mountain High and stuff like that. That was my first ever like sort of introduction to country. But when I really started getting into it is when I started learning the guitar. The first song I ever learned on guitar was "Beautiful Crazy" by Luke Combs. And I literally would just sit in my room and I was like, I turned from one chord to the other and I was like, oh my God, it's happening! I can do it.
That's awesome. So like there's a Zac Brown song that always takes me back as well to a place. It's Highway 20 Ride.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my God,
completely understand.
It has me in bits every time I listen to it.
Completely understand that, definitely.
Oh, it's such a good song, but totally has me in bits as that one. It's crazy.
Definitely.
Did you self-taught or did you go to school?
Well, it was funny I learned piano from a young age. From about probably 7 years old, I was playing piano up until about 15, I was having lessons, and I remember when I first started, I got to grade 3. I remember saying to my piano teacher, Sheena Brooks, her name was Sheena Brook, and she was very much she's an amazing pianist, and like I got to the point where I do grade 3, and I was like, all of this like classical stuff is kind of boring me. Like, realistically, I want to learn. I want to learn so I could, because I've always sort of sang. I want to learn so I can play the songs that I'm listening to and stuff like that. And then when I moved schools, I had lessons from a guy called Nigel Weirs, and he was like a jazz blues artist sort of thing. And that was when we clicked very quickly as well. And I was doing a lot of like jazz, blues, and improvisation and stuff like that on the piano, and then literally it's weird. As soon as I picked up the guitar, I barely play the piano anymore. It's horrendous. But I used to like spam Elton John songs on the piano all the time. Like to the point where now when I go back and play the piano, they're sort of the only ones that I can play. The Elton John's back at like. Muscle memory wise, they're the ones that I can always just straight away bash out pretty quickly. But I will say I can still improvise in C and G on the piano. But to any of the musicians that are watching and fancy a bit of a jam, we'll stick to C and G if that's okay. And
So I've been watching some of your stuff on like Instagram and YouTube. I think every song you sing, it's coming out as your country voice. You did the Oasis cover and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think, what was the other one? Is it your new single? Is it I Ain't Yours?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I listened to the acoustic version, and that is just that's amazing.
Thank you very much.
It's fantastic.
Thank you very, very much. I'm really looking. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to releasing it. Actually, I think it'll be. I think we're going to do sometime in the middle of March. Is going to be the release date for it. But it's one that I've really enjoyed playing in pubs and stuff and all of that. It's funny because it's a breakup song, and I've been in a relationship happily for 7 years now, and So I've actually based it on the US Office, which is my favourite TV show of all time. It's something that I will watch every night before bed. Is something that I will watch, and
on repeat I think as well. Can you watch it over and over again?
I do watch it over and over. I've been doing it for about 5 years. I'm not even kidding. I just think it's something. It just always tickles me, and it's like almost like a comfort blanket now. I feel like I know all the people that are in it. Weirdly enough, like
you get like that, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
I think you know everybody, don't you? Personally.
And definitely. I think it's honestly. And then I was writing these chords, and I was just like, this sounds a bit sad. So I'm, and then I was literally watching the episode of The Office where Michael has he starts seeing Holly for the first time.
Yeah.
And then basically the corporate finds out about them dating, and they send her back to her original branch. And I was like, oh, that's really, really sad. And then they end up getting together again in the end. But and then there's parts of it that are about him and Jan as well, the sort of toxic side of it as well. But when I first wrote the song, and I sent it, first person I usually send a song to will be my girlfriend, Georgina, and I sent her this, and she was like, "Is there something you need to tell me? Have I done something wrong?" And I was like, no. It's just like, it's a funny old one, but it's one that I love playing and love singing. Yeah.
So when did you tell her it's not about you?
No, I had to do it immediately. I had no other option because I sort of got her into the office as well when we first started dating, and I think it's so she understood where I was coming from when I wrote it, and she knows that I watch it religiously. So it's fantastic. It's good fun. But she was very worried when I first sent it to her. So it's as you would be if your boyfriend's writing breakup songs.
Why are you writing a breakup song for? Why are you doing that?
Exactly. It's the same reaction I'd have. It really is. Yeah.
So we're going to ask you about your Whiskey Sunset band as well.
Yeah.
How's that? How did that come about?
Well, actually, it's a funny story. So I got a message on Facebook. My brother was driving me back from my other brother's wedding, and I was just going through some of my Facebook messages, and I had a message from Ben Chalker, who's the lead guitarist of the band, and he said, "Oh, I'm starting a country band, and I've seen some of your stuff online. Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Oh, absolutely, yeah." Because there's quite a lot of people from different places have reached out asking me to be a singer in a band that maybe already exists, or they're starting a band and whatnot. And I was sort of like a bit skittish around it. Never like because I don't really know why, but it seemed I didn't want to either join something that was already existing. But then when Ben reached out and said we're doing modern country covers, and I'm forming the band now. I'm hoping it's going to be a 5 to 7 piece band. And it turns out he used to teach me at one of my old schools called Ricky's School of Rock. And he used to teach there. There was like a summer camp where they did a rock band, and a bunch of kids got together and we all learned a song. And neither of us realized this over the phone. And then when we met up in real life, I remember seeing him. I was like, I swear I know you from somewhere. And we had that whole thing. But we did our first show in January at Amped in Huddersfield, which is the parish's new venue. And we had 200 tickets to sell. I think we sold 150 or something like that, which is crazy because we didn't post anything online, and we didn't any footage. We told people we were going to be there and whatnot, but we didn't have any footage of us playing or anything like that. So it was a bit on a whim, and we got 150 people there, including a class of ladies who were line dancers. So it was honestly one of the most enjoyable gigs I've ever done in my life. It was so much fun, and I cannot wait to keep going with it. I really can't.
And that was your first gig as a band?
That was our first gig as a band, yeah. But we've been rehearsing for about 6 months, we just thought let's book a gig and just see how it goes, and it was fantastic. Honestly, couldn't have enjoyed it more.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Time out.
We were all mind blown. We turned up and we're like, oh, it's getting pretty busy, and then we I think we're all in this other room in there, it's not a green room, but we're sort of all chilling in there having a little chat. And then we all sort of walked out at the same time, and everyone, there was 150 people in there, and we were like, how have they even heard? How a lot of you, we could probably account for about 60 or 70 of the people being family and friends and whatnot. But there was still a lot more than that, and we were like, what on earth is going on? We're really excited to keep going, and it's genuinely one of the most rewarding and exciting stuff that I've been involved in. So,
have you always sung country then?
No, not really. So, I think since I've started doing my live music, it's always been a big part, a big segment of it. I think when I'm going into pubs and playing covers and whatnot, I think I do. I'd usually do a massive mixture of songs, so from the 50s up to modern day, rock, indie, country, funk, a bit of everything, soul, and But I'll always throw maybe one or two of mine in, and 2 or 3 country songs, and it's good because you always get people coming up to you. People who like country music will always come up to you and say, "Oh, mate, when you played this, it was fantastic," and all of that. So and that's awesome because when you play a song that you like and there's someone else in the crowd who loves it as well, who it doesn't happen all the time. It feels awesome. It really does.
So because, like I said before, everything you seem to sing, your voice is just made for the country. Country sound. I don't know. I've been told that a fair few times. Where I sing a lot of stuff, and people are like, "You seem to turn it into. I like how you put your own country vibe on it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not particularly trying to do that, but I'll." Again, it's a massive compliment because it's my favourite music, and I'm happy to. It sounds better than someone saying, "God, it sounds like you're screaming" or something like that. I'll take any compliments I can get. Absolutely. So, what we're talking about music then. So, what was the first album you bought? Can you remember that?
I can remember the first album that I sat through and was like, "This is something that hits me, and this is my music." Yeah. The first album that ever made me feel like because growing up you listen to a lot of your parents' music and stuff like that, and but the first time I ever had an album that I was like, this is my music and this is really something that I love, was Hollywood's Bleeding, Post Malone, which was his third album, I believe, and it's a big mixture of stuff, but I think it was Circles from that song and Hollywood's Bleeding the Song. Those two I heard, and I was like, oh my god, this really tickles whatever the musical bone is. But yeah, no, it really got to me, and that was probably the first one I ever listened to, and was like, yeah, this is really, really my stuff, and and I love it. And then I've seen Post Malone twice now, and once at Leeds Fest and once in Amsterdam, and he was just phenomenal. Like, he really was. He's a fantastic performer.
Nice. Was that
and
the
it
kind
seems
of
like
thing... Go on,
sorry, carry on. No, carry on.
Yeah, was that the kind of thing that got you into music then?
I think so. I've always been into music growing up. It's always been a thing. But that was the first time where I'd ever had an artist that I was like massively obsessed with and was listening to it. That might not be strictly true, because I had a massive Michael Jackson phase when I was younger. When I was like 8 and 9, I think that his whole repertoire. He was my first like. He was probably the first time where I had a real, like, I used to wear white socks to school, and I'd nick one of my dad's golf gloves and wear it and do all that stuff, and people would be like, why are you doing that? And I was like, doctor says so, or something like that. I was that weird kid who'd like watch Harry Potter, and then he'd come into school the next day with like circle glasses, and people would be like, why are you wearing that? And I'd be like, well, doctor says I have to, which was just a lie. But yeah, no, I think he really inspired me, because I watched a lot of his earlier stuff, and he came from, like, he was living off barely any money, living in his car and whatnot, and just writing songs, and he sort of started off with the whole rappy style, and but he's big into country, Bob Dylan, stuff like that, and he was the first one who really made me want to like write that sort of thing.
Wow, that's amazing. So have you been recording in the studio then?
Yeah, so I recorded I Ain't Yours about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I think it was end of November or early December. And I recorded with a guy called Jim White in Manchester. It's my second song with him, and he's fantastic. We have such a good time in the studio. And yeah, I think I'm planning to get back in the studio in the next month or two. I've got a fair few songs that I've written, and want to continue down and release. I've done a fair few co-writes as well with a few different people, and try to get some more ideas and just collaborate, really, because I think it's a good thing for musicians, especially people who do what I do. There's a really good community of musicians. I've seen you've actually had quite a few of them on here, and we all like to get together and whatnot, and we. It's good because we're all rooting for each other, and we all really want to like help as much as we can, and it's just something that I'm really trying to do more of, is write and collaborate, even if it's the crappiest song that I've ever written. It's just, you've got to keep writing, because you don't get good at anything without trial and error and trying to work out what suits you. And that's what I found with a lot of my music that I've released, is they're all quite different, because I want to just sort of try out a load of different stuff and see what it is that people like the most.
Yeah. So apart from The Office, where do you get your ideas from for your music?
I think it's funny, most of the other songs that I've written have all been truthful and about myself, but I got to a point about a year and a half ago, and I was really struggling to write songs. I just wanted to... I was like, you have to write something honest, you have to do this, you have to do that, and I was like, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop trying to put pressure on myself to write something that has to be honest. If you come up with something that sounds cool and you want to put lyrics to it, but they don't actually necessarily relate to you, I think that's great as well. To put yourself in a character's shoes or create a character of some kind, I think it's I find the easiest songs to write are the ones that come from you. But that shouldn't put a limit on what it is that you write. I don't think everything has to be completely true, especially as an artist that's sort of undiscovered and not massive. You don't have to stick to anything, and you can really try out a load of different stuff. And but usually what inspires me is just my life, really, going around, my girlfriend, I think my family, my friends, going out and doing gigs inspires me massively, and watching other artists that I really love and enjoy, that they really inspire me. I take inspiration from as many possible places as I can do.
Yeah. So Do you like the studio or do you like performing and playing live?
I think I will always prefer playing live. I think playing live is the fact that I get to do this, even just playing in pubs and bars, however big they are. I still love going out and performing in front of people. It's where I feel most like myself. Where I feel like I can really be me. And it's the most freeing. Having said that, I love being in the studio and turning something that I've written on the guitar into a fully fledged track. I honestly love both of it because I've worked with two different producers now. One called Matt Dunwell, who I did my first 4 songs with, and Jim White, who I've done my last 2 with. And I love them both for very different reasons. They are the people who I've really gotten along with and really enjoyed working with, and they are fantastic musicians themselves. So it's I do enjoy both of them very much, but you'll never be able to get the feeling of playing in front of a crowd and them enjoying it. That's literally about as good as it gets.
So do you prefer solo or do you prefer it with your band now?
I prefer it with my band 100%. 100%. I think playing with other artists is about as fun as you can do, because the thing I struggled with when I first started playing live music was like going out to gigs, and sometimes you'll have a really good gig. I play at a place called Molly Malone's in Sheffield, and you play to about 300 students in there, and it's fantastic. The crowd is lively, and everyone, you play from 10 till 2 in the morning. Oh, wow. And you finish and you're all knackered and you're driving home, but you're just on your own, and you get a lot of enjoyment out of that yourself. But when we did that gig with the band and we all finished and we were like, guys, that was awesome, and you get to put your arms around each other and you celebrate it with everyone. That's much more enjoyable, I will say, definitely.
So when's your next gig with Whiskey?
We're booked in May at Farnley Festival, which is a local festival near me in Huddersfield. We are booking a gig with the parish in their main room in parish, which is great because they asked us back in their main room, which is fantastic news. And we're basically just trying to build up a bit of social media content and big stuff like that. We're trying to get into a few different places, or we've not massively started trying to reach out. We're beginning to ask people now because we want to get it going. Our bass guitarist he's just had knee surgery, so he's out for a couple of months, so we're having to wait a bit, but we'll be straight back at it as soon as we possibly can do, because we love it. Well, I personally love it, and we all really get along with each other, so yeah, of course you will, won't you? So are you ready to play us a song, James? Absolutely, yeah, I am, Fantastic. I am. This is a song we've been talking about. This is I Ain't Yours, the breakup song about Michael Scott. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Cool. I get kinda lost in my mind when I think about you sometimes. Like how'd you go and break my heart when I used to hold you in my arms. So I kinda just thought I'd say, I know it ain't your fault that you had to go away, but now every time that I hear your name, girl, it's just pain. So is there anything else like how you go and break my heart when I used to hold you in my arms. Oh, now you just wanna come break my bed, or just to mess with my head. But you never listen to a word that I said, 'cause I ain't yours anymore. No, I ain't yours anymore. Thank you.
Yay! That was
Hey.
awesome, James.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So good. I mean, the acoustic version, I just think I love acoustic music anyway.
Yeah.
And I like to hear songs that have been like before they get in the studio and before you
Yeah.
put other instruments on. That's fantastic.
Thank you very, very much.
I don't know. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's
Thank
the
you,
country
that's-
voice, I think.
Thank you. No, that's very kind
I'm
of
a
you.
rock guy myself, but
Yeah.
I love country.
Yeah.
A song will come on, you can't help but not like it, country music.
I think
don't
I very much enjoy. I very much agree with that. I think
Yeah.
there was a weird. I think there is a lot of country music. It gets a weird rep because it's all about trucks and beer and like.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy that sort of stuff. I think after a while, sometimes you can get where it's a bit like this is a bit repetitive now, whatever. But I really don't care. I love it. I think it's great, and I do. I love rock as well myself. I love rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think country, blues, funk, and stuff like that is really where my heart is originally. Yeah.
Have you heard a band called Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yes, that's Darius Rucker, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say. He's transitioned from that to country.
Yeah.
I mean, country's way better. Him singing
Yeah,
country
yeah.
is way better.
I think he. What was the? I only want to be with you. That's Hootie and the Blowfish. I think. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I can't remember if that's him on his own or Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, it's Hootie and the Blowfish. I used to have that album on cassette and I used to play
Did
it
you?
religiously.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say they are. He's fantastic, and I've got a friend who's seen him in Nashville before as well, which is I'm very jealous of that, and it's a place that I really want to go to. I think
I can imagine it is.
It'd be a bit of a spiritual hub for myself.
Yeah.
I've always found that when I've gone to America, weirdly enough, that it feels like home. I don't know why. Bit scary at the moment, but I mean, I think it's always felt like we used to go to Florida quite a lot when I was younger, and we go out fishing and doing all that kind of stuff, and it really was something that I like. And they'd always be playing country music, and I was just like, man, this feels like home. Weirdly enough.
Well, I guess you're so comfortable with it, aren't you? That's why you're so comfortable with the country kind of thing. You just kind of slipped into that. That Americana kind of thing.
I think so. Yeah, I think that must be it. I mean, when I went to New York in April with my girlfriend, and that was like mind blowing. Like it was like London on steroids. Like it was just. I remember getting in there. I was like, they are not lying when they say it's a concrete jungle. It literally is like being in the jungle, but it's just all like buildings and whatnot. It's fantastic. I can't see how many people wouldn't enjoy it. I think it can be a bit overstimulating at first because there's people everywhere. But we had a fantastic. It's just amazing. And again, like I said, I grew up wanting to go to like LA and stuff. I used to do a bit of acting when I was younger. That was always where I wanted to go. I haven't been there yet, but I've been to New York, and I think it'll be very hard for anywhere to top the way I felt when I was in New York. It was amazing.
Apart from Nashville, maybe.
Apart from maybe Nashville, yeah. I think that might top it.
So have you any plans to go? Or?
Just like giddy conversations with my girlfriend. We'll just have a little chit chat about it. But I think that's we like to do a sort of a trip together every year to somewhere, and we go to different. We usually do like cities and stuff like that. So we're gonna. I think Nashville is top of the list for us because she loves country music as well. I mean, I might have slightly forced that onto her, but she does that. She does really like it as well, and she comes. Her and her sister as well. They both love it. So they so it's good. I think we'll have a great time.
Yeah, I
when
think
we
you
have,
should definitely try and get over there.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a shame if you don't.
I know what I'm going to
Maybe
say.
take your guitar, must be.
Yeah.
There's loads of places to play over there.
I think so. I've got a friend who's a big UK sort of country singer. His name's Luke Flair. He's fantastic, amazing singer. I opened for him once in Home Firth, and a lovely guy as well. And he went to Nashville just for a holiday, just to see what it was, and ended up playing a gig there. So if I could sneak my way into somewhere as well, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
I think you probably would. You probably could get in quite easy.
We'll definitely give it a go, 100%.
Americans love the people from the UK, don't they? So.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well,
I think singers you're fine. Singers you're fine. But no, it's good. I'm going back to America in March to visit my mate who's at uni over there.
Where's he?
North Carolina, which is another.
Okay.
He's a big country guy himself, and there's lots of country over there. So we're gonna go. He says there's this live music bar near him, so we're gonna go and spend a couple of nights in there, I think, as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, James, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic, yeah. And so when's your single out?
Single will be out in March. There's no date confirmed, but it will be out on my Instagram and all social media as soon as possible. But it will probably be the middle of March.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I'm sure.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure it'll go out to all them Office fans.
I hope so.
They'll love it. Right, James, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you very, very much for having me.
Not a problem, pal.